What's up, y'all? This Sha'ton coming to y'all with my scroll on the book. Today, what I'm just going to do is what I normally do since I was able to upgrade my laptop and start making my videos again. I'm so happy about that. All right, let's see what we got here. Sheila. Oh my goodness. So I'm looking at this video right now of these cashiers. It's as though they're high on heroin. You know, I'm seeing an emergence of a lot of these videos of these workers who are coming to work completely blasted on heroin. How do you believe that no one is going to notice that? Both of them. Wow. That is insane. Kids, just say no to heroin. Cocaine. Any type of opiate. Narcotic. WTF. Horrible. Got a picture of Barack Obama holding a baby. That's always great. So y'all see those aliens dip on us last night? Yeah, they was like, we out of here. Nanu. No, for real, man. I mean, what was that? So, you know, I did a modicum of research, and apparently, you know, this rocket launch is launching this satellite from blah 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 space station in blah 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 California or Arizona, and millions of people watched this phenomena occur in the sky. Okay, I can see a rocket launch, but if you've seen the video, if you've seen a good video of it, there's this orb in the midst of the wake of this rocket launch, and it just looks really, really weird. It doesn't look like any other rocket launch that I'd seen before. Possibly it could be the government testing some new flying technology, or it could be the aliens. They left, y'all. The alien. Okay, for real, man. I don't care. It's the aliens. The aliens left. They dipped on us, man. They was like, no, we can't even deal with y'all. Y'all too primitive. But for real, for real, for real though, when I first looked at it, it looked like a giant sperm about to impregnate the earth. I was like, what is they trying to get all of us pregnant? What the deal? I'm going through the change. That ain't happening for me. But I don't know what it was. But what I do know is that it looked ominous. And like one of my boys said, DJ, you know, when I mentioned something about it on Facebook, he was like, you know, what got me is that they didn't make a media sensation about this or try to capitalize off of it through marketing, you know, in some kind of way. And I kind of agree, you know, something that was going to look like this, unless they didn't know what it was going to look like, unless they didn't know what it was going to do, something that looks like this, that's going to look really different than anything most people have seen, would probably be, you know, sensationalized by the media, of course, to, you know, to hide something else that Donald Trump did, like that toupee had that bald spot on the top of his head. But anyway, like I said, you know, it looked crazy. I think it was the aliens that left. I don't know what it really was. All I know is that it looked insane. It looked like a big old sperm was impregnating the earth. I don't know. If I wake up tomorrow and I got an arm on my back or something, then I definitely don't know what it was. But I feel like You know, the article that I read today about the announcement regarding this satellite launch was going to happen. I mean, who knows? But I feel that it was a media blackout about it, and that's what makes it questionable. So I'm standing with the aliens left. They dipped on us, but y'all could have took us with y'all. You know you could have took us with y'all. We assimilated. Y'all could have took us with y'all. Anywho. Ah! How do you punch somebody in the head like that? No! That is crazy. Oh. That's nasty. People put stuff like that on Facebook. I got a really weak stomach. And I just seen this dude with like a big old crater in his head from boxing. It made me a little sick. It was like right there. Right here. I got it. Well, look at this. Meet Hanif Johnson, who at 27 has made history by becoming the youngest judge in Pennsylvania. He's a black guy. Yes, that's what we need. That is what we need. Oh, we need judges and DAs and ADAs and attorneys and, officials and police officials in these positions who have our best interest at heart as well. I mean, because, that's the game they play. So, I mean, yeah, we do definitely need that. So, shout out to Hanif Johnson, youngest judge in Pennsylvania at 27. You go, dude. Oh, and Deuces Omarosa. Did y'all see how she went on Bethany Frankel and tried to tell her that she was mediocre? You didn't just go on her show and tell her she's mediocre. And you're on her show. Girl, you're just narcissist. You've got narcissistic tendencies. Yeah. Oh, that is cute. Oh, I need that. Super cute. I want that. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, shout out to my homie George Lee Jr. I just copped his book. I don't know if you can see this because I'm just in my office and I don't have studio lighting. But I just copped his book called Dear Future Wife. Dope. It's a collection of letters that he wrote over 2014 to 2016 following a divorce. As he had entered back into the dating world. George is an old friend of mine, man. We've been knowing each other since undergraduate school days at Cleveland State. And he is a prolific artist, writer, rapper, author. And I've had a chance to read a couple of these letters. And I tell you, man, I'm gonna read the first one. Dear future wife, my love will make itself known to you as a verb. So much that me saying I love you will serve as rather an echo to my behavior as opposed to a substitute for what my actions lack. You will, in every sense of the word, be loved by me for as long as you can stand it. Your future husband, George. Yes. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. And shout out to his lucky, lovely lady, Takesha Arnold, I believe her name is. She's a very beautiful young lady and a very blessed young lady because George is really a good guy. So I believe you can cop this on Amazon by George Lee Jr. It's called Dear Future Wife. He does this art himself. That's my dude right there, George Lee. And I think this is awesome. You know, I truly believe that that love is still possible for us all if we just learn to compromise and stop living in an existence riddled with expectation of what someone else can do for us, and start living in a realm of determining what it is that we can do for other people. We all live like that. I think that a lot of compromise can be made, and a lot of happy relationships can flourish. I think I just want to read one more short one here. Dear future wife, I already love you. All your emergence in my life will do is reaffirm that notion. Love, your future husband, George. Cop Dear Future Wife, George Lee Jr. That's what's up. Serena. Girl, so sorry about your hamster and your chicken. Girl, yo, man, it happens. But that is so messed up for Kennedy. Oh man, I've had hamsters die. We grew up with a lot of pets, different types of pets. I've always liked animals. I've had cats, dogs, hamsters, gerbils, snakes, birds, fish. My mom had these awesome aquarium tanks, man, filled with just like carp and Jack Dempsey's and Oscars, and we had an algae eater, and she had two of them, two tanks, I believe. We even had a shark at one point, but right when we got it, I'm really not sure of how it happened, but he jumped out the back of the tank where the filters and the hoses and everything goes in. It was like he just targeted that mess and was like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, I ain't trying to leave with y'all. But he jumped out the back of the tank, and we were looking for him, like, where's the shark? Where's the shark? And we, I think actually we had moved the Dempseys over, and I think we had one Dempsey and two Oscars, and we had moved them over so the shark could be by itself for a while, so he got a little bigger. And I guess he just wasn't feeling it. And sometime later, my mom had her aquariums on these cabinets. And so we were cleaning the house, and behind the cabinet was just the carcass of this little shark. And it was just horrible. Wow. Riyadh had a cat die. Let's see. Lots of cats run away. But I know poor Kennedy is just like, you know, this some bull. Tell her I said I'm sorry, and, you know, it happens. And I'm glad to see you getting some sleep. Because, girl, you be busy. You be busy. You be doing stuff. You be doing a lot of stuff, girl. But shout out to my girl, Sarita, on Facebook as Ree Celeste. Chance to see if you're gonna get another hamster, or you're gonna, wow, that's long, I'm gonna read that later. Love you. Everybody's gearing up for Saturnalia. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. That's not what this video's for. Funk and R&B classics. Yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, I want to send a congratulatory shout out to my friend Carla Smith, who just graduated with her bachelor's from a CSU this winter. Congratulations. Yes, girl, you are definitely an inspiration to an old broad like me. So, once again, I want to shout her out, and I want to shout out anybody else who graduated with a degree this winter. I do know that Keshana Ferguson graduated from Tri-C, and we have Carla, and I've seen a lot of other graduates whom I believe my Facebook friends are tagged in their graduation photos, so I don't know them personally or on Facebook, but I've been seeing a lot of graduates this winter, and I just want to say bravo. It is not an easy thing to do, and you actually did it, and you persevered, and you got all the way through to the end. So once again, congratulations, and keep going. Keep going, because it only takes 2 more years to get your master's. So, you know, less for some. You know, we got some phenoms out here that just, you know, and then some of us, you know, trot along a little slower than others, but you did it. I'm proud of you, and the community is proud of you. So, big up to that. That's beautiful. That's what's up, girl. You set a precedent, a standard for your young children. That's always the Hey, yes, hey Attica, Mercedes, check out my little niece, Peach Fuzz, waxing and threading. I am definitely going to put her site on this video. She does waxing and threadings and all of the intricate beautification things that all of us women and a lot of men actually require. She's very good, very professional. She just opened up her new shop, and I will definitely throw that link in there and the address. This is my niece, and she is the CEO of Peach Fuzz Waxing and Threading. So, you know, get those eyebrows together, get them underarms together, get that bikini area together, and them legs. And some of y'all got that, but ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. She can get you together on that, for real, for real. She know what she's doing, and that's my booga stank. So go see her. We'll definitely link her. What is this? Oh, that is. What was that? What was that? Oh. Yes, why do mass poisonings always happen in Black communities? Really? I'm just seeing like all the same stuff. And I'm just hitting scroll. And I'm just seeing all the same stuff over and over. Just saw that. Saw that. What in the heck? And there it refreshes for me. And I appreciate that. So I'm gonna go somewhere else. Oh, that's fine. Oh, I don't even know how I feel about that. I'm not touching it. Hurt somebody's feelings up in this piece. For real. Let's see. Hey, y'all should definitely check out this artist called Secret. She got this song out. It was featured on Spike Lee's remake of She's Gotta Have It on Netflix. He took the movie and remade it into I don't know, maybe an 8-episode series. For all you old heads out there who like Spike Lee, y'all know what She's Gotta Have It is. A story about a girl named Nora Darling who was expressing her sexual fluidity. And so he went on and remade that. It took me a while to watch it because I didn't want my daughter to watch it. I already knew what it was going to be about, but I do enjoy a Spike Lee joint, and I'm here to tell you it has all of the wonderful aspects of a Spike Lee joint. And there's a song featured on the soundtrack called Melanin by an artist by the name of Secret, Secrett. And I'm going to throw it on here so y'all can hear a little bit of it. But I love the joint, man. It's like a steam boosting than a mug. And I was just jamming to it. And it turns out that there is a challenge, a melanin challenge. Yeah. So it's a fun song. You know, it's a song that's for Black women who and Black people who've been ostracized because the amount of melanin that exists in their biology. But it's a great song. I'm gonna throw it on here. And she got some other good music too. So, but I got him to it. Actually, Keke Palmer was dancing to it, and I was like, "Oh, that's cute. I like that." I thought it was Keke Palmer rapping, and then I just so happened to start watching She's Gotta Have It, and I heard it in there, and decided to look it up. And you know, she got some good stuff on YouTube. Name is Secret, Secrett, young artist, I believe, out of roll up on your ass. Philly? I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. But I will definitely put a link in this video so that you guys can check that out. But it's the jam. Okay. If you're coming better. That's why she sings the song. Oh, we got another graduate. Tycardo Williams graduated with his master's. We're gonna be calling him Dr. Williams soon. Congratulations. That's what's up, brother. We got martial law happening in Chicago. According to dailyrethink.com, which I have been unable to determine if it is a satirical site or an actual truth site. According to WCKG's Matt Dubiel, he reported in August that he had spotted a trainload of UN vehicles entering the city of Chicago. He maintains that when he was followed and arrested after witnessing the arrival of the military equipment. If true, this may indicate that martial law has been planned well in advance, with vehicles already in position, ready to mobilize. So the radio station that this guest came on and began to speak about this, they actually shut him down, or shut the show off. Radio station jammed after it reported UN vehicles have entered the city of Chicago. December 21st, 2017. This according to freedomphoenix.com, Chicago IntelliHub, WCKG 1530 AM radio station operator Matt Dubiel claims that the Alex Jones show radio feed was cut off, faded, as Jones started speaking about the UN vehicles that have already entered Chicago. The vehicles were originally supported by IntelliHub's founder and editor-in-chief Shepard Ambius on December 18th in a piece entitled "Heavily Armored Company of UN Vehicles and Equipment Staged Behind Maryland Warehouse and Are Ready for Rapid Domestic Deployment," after the bombshell footage was uploaded to YouTube. Additionally, Ambius reported back on December 16th that Cook County Commissioner Richard Boykin and his team meet with the Assistant Secretary General of the United Nations on Friday to request the organization deploy armed troops in the streets in an effort to curb violent crime and sidestep posse comitatus, which bars the U.S. military to be deployed on domestic soil. So we gonna just sidestep posse comitatus. What is that? Oh, which bars U.S. military to be deployed on domestic soil. So we just gonna sidestep that. We're just gonna sidestep that, and we're gonna deploy these vehicles marked UN on domestic soil. What are all of these heavily armored United Nations vehicles and pieces of equipment doing parked behind a warehouse in Maryland? Hagerstown. Over 50 heavily armored United Nations vehicles and various pieces of equipment, generators, etc., sufficient enough to support a small company of peacemaker troops, are sitting on the deck behind a U.S. government-owned warehouse and appear to be ready for some type of rapid domestic deployment. This is according to IntelliHub.com. The vehicles are parked in the rear parking lot of the warehouse building located at 11841 Newgate Boulevard. They are all painted white and bear the letters UN. Drone footage captured by a private operator was uploaded to the Stockboard Asset YouTube channel on September 4th, which gives a bird's eye view of the magnitude of the armament. They're becoming armed. The bombshell discovery by Alistair Williamson begs the question: what are all of these vehicles going to be used for? As I reported on Sunday, the Cook County Commissioner of Chicago recently met with the UN Undersecretary in an effort to get UN troops deployed into the streets domestically to quell the recent spikes of violence. But some, like myself, wonder if this all isn't some type of plan concocted by Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel or former President Barack Obama, who have strong ties to the city and have already pushed agendas that will allow the deployment of UN troops on U.S. soil, which ultimately would sidestep posse comitatus. What law? What statute? What agreement? It means nothing to us. Nothing. It means nothing to us. We can do whatever we want. Martial law coming soon to a city near you. I think that's gonna be it for me on the scroll today. Not seeing very much I could talk about, with the exception of that Caucasian man who harassed a black woman on the bus and was just like being totally derogatory towards her. I mean, calling her all kind of names, you ugly bee, stank breath bee, and just all kind of reckless out of his mouth.
This is real, bitch. This ain't no, you know so fucking much. This is real here, bitch. Yeah, this is real. Real, bitch.
That's someone else's.
Yeah, no, bitch. It's my hair, bitch. It's mine, you fucking clown. Not every black woman wears a wig, bitch. He's a fucking clown. No, I'm not crying. I'm not crying. You fucking clown. Yup. And what the fuck your shit smell like, you fucking clown?
Ugly ass.
Yup.
Fucking ugly bitch.
You are so funny. Because as soon as a brother stepped in and punched him in the jaw, he got quiet.
Easy.
But then when the brother got off the train,
Quiet now, right? Yeah, you bitch. Suck my dick.
He started talking mess again, as typical. Me personally, we would have towed that whole train up. Even if he hadn't been talking to me, if I had been there, I mean, all of like 3 minutes of this guy just berating this woman, and you can see her holding her phone and her hand is shaking because whoever is recording is sitting down. And her hand is shaking, and I don't think her hand was shaking out of fear. I think her hand was shaking out of anger. And then she ended up taking her glasses off, and then he starts teasing her, "Are you crying?" or something. And, you know, she was coming back, you know, clapping back a little bit. But, you know, I mean, this guy, I really don't know what happened from what I heard in the video. Maybe she bumped him or something. The bus was so crowded. I mean, there was no wiggle room for anyone. It must have been in a huge city like New York or Chicago or something. But, this guy, I mean, he's just calling her everything in the book, and he's just not stopping. If I had been on that bus, I definitely would have intervened, and me and that guy would have been fighting. But yeah, brother came from the back of the bus and punched him in the jaw, and he got real quiet. He didn't say too much or nothing. You know, some other brothers were holding him back. Of course, because they didn't want this guy to get in trouble, because, you know, of course, this guy's going to call the police and holler abuse or assault. But the brother's like, okay, you know, say that to me. I'll break your jaw right now. Say that to me. Call me a B. Call me this, that, and the other. And, you know, he's kind of like, you know, trying to look like he's talking mess, but he's really not saying anything. And then the guy somehow gets in between the people and manages to clock him right on that glass jaw. You can hear his teeth. You can hear his teeth clinking. He hit him in the jaw. He got a nice little punch in, you know, given the circumstances of the people being in between them. But, you know, as soon as he hit him in that mouth, that's what shut him up. And then, like I said, when the brother got off the bus, he started talking mess again. I swear, that has got to stop. Somebody should have stepped in and intervened with that way before it had gotten that far. And I do understand that people don't want to, you know, get in other people's business. But, you know, that's the problem in our community. Don't nobody want to intercede or intervene on the behalf of their brothers and sisters, and that's why all this messed up stuff be happening to us, man. It's most definitely why. Nobody wants to get in anybody's business. Ain't nobody gonna discipline my kids. Bet nobody talk to my kids. Bet nobody say nothing to my kid. Girl, your kid is bad.
Is she on that little girl like, oh my gosh.
Child like that, I wish the fuck you would.
Oh my gosh. They trying to jump this person's mama.
Where the cops at?
I'll tell y'all.
Oh no, that was her kid. She was up on the car, I think.
Oh, I wouldn't have been with you that. Let it go.
Oh, here they go. Oh, wow.
And I'm going to say something to him. And I'm going to say something to you. Because it really does take a village. You know, I'm going to say something. All these little kids around here, they know who I am. I bought this house 10 years ago. These kids know exactly who I am, and I will say something to your kid if I see them within my line of sight and they acting a fool. Or they being disrespectful. I ain't gonna touch your kids, but I will say something to your kids, and I will come to your house and tell you about your kid. And then if you feel froggy because your kid is an untrained little animal, then I can revert back to the untrained little animal too. Know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Yeah, so don't nobody ever want to get in nobody's business. That's how people get killed in front of crowds of people. Crowds of people. Innocents be getting killed in front of crowds of people because didn't nobody want to intervene. Didn't nobody want to step in. That ain't my business. That ain't my business. But it is your business. It's your business. So look, on that note, y'all, this is my scroll on the book. I hope you enjoyed my video. Check the link for the people that I shout out if you wanted to get to know them, become Facebook friends with them, buy their products. I think there was only one entrepreneur I mentioned during this video, which was my dude, George Lee Jr. and his book, Dear Future Wife, with my bad cameras. GoFundMe, donate to my journalistic efforts. I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip. If you like this video, if it made you smile, if it gave you some information about something that you didn't know before, or if it was just interesting to you, hit the share button and share me. Videos will probably get better. I definitely need a better camera, so y'all go fund me with my journalistic effort. All right, y'all. Peace out. I love each and every one of you.